He was pretty jolly about it too. I have a feeling though. So here's what happened to me. I broke my chain, went over the handlebars and wrecked a little bit. Not bad, just one of those tumbling deals. But he came back and he's like, "Man, did you go over the hill?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Oh, I've seen kids go over the hill and on a mountain bike team." I was like, "Yeah, I can believe that."
Yeah.
But I had to climb down over the hill to get my chain. About 10 feet down. So I was coming about when he came back. But I have a feeling he was kind of like, "I wish I'd have got to see this ordeal go down."
Yeah. Right.
He's like, "Hey, you go over the hill." I was like, "Yep." No, it wasn't that big a deal. But he's like, "Huh, all right." Got a better story if you had.
Yeah, I bounced off a tree and flipped upside down.
Yeah.
Yeah. You wouldn't believe it.
Lasered on my
Went
feet.
down over the hill. But anyway, there's a little bit of a life lesson in there in this movie. I feel like, and the Social Security clerk lady.
Oh, that's
evidence of birth. I'm sitting here, lady. I think
Spontaneous combustion.
Yeah, spontaneous combustion was the deal. What do you think's going on here?
That was my favorite scene out of that entire movie.
What state were you born? Infant.
Yeah. Which one's Simon Water? He is. We've been pointing at each other.
He's like, knock it off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with this movie, like, Simon is totally, like, self-taught, right? Or it never implies that he had, like, a fancy degree or anything.
He got out, got married, went to Merchant Marines, got
Yeah.
sick from asbestos, and was
reads books on
as a bum.
in his spare time. Like, obviously, likes learning stuff and totally self-taught, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, sit around and read all the time. Heck yeah. Especially the bigs like he was reading. So give him some. It is neat, though, that they have exactly what you're saying. Someone without an educational background that is knowledgeable. But I think that was the key of the movie, is to mix those two.
Right.
Street smarts with an education or an idea of, how to mix philosophy in with that. Because he had a neat perspective. And at one point, he got in an argument with Jeffrey, and he's like, "You know why you hate me? Because I look the way you feel." And I was like, man, can you imagine telling somebody that and knowing you look like crap because you're a bum?
Yeah.
And then you got this preppy Harvard student that's like, ugh, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel terrible about myself, and then Monty's like, "What is your problem? I heard you printing out stuff." "I was just printing empty pages, man." "I don't have any work done,"